I bet the comments in this video are going to get quite spicy. Jeremy Knight, the Knight Group, your favorite Austin realtor. Look, the Austin MSA numbers drop for the month of August, and there's some pretty interesting things that happen in this, and we're going to go through that. We're going to go through the inventory issues, the things that we're facing, and at the end of the video, I'm going to kind of give you some really good advice if you are a buyer or a seller towards the last half of this year. Because I've been saying for a long time that the last half of this year is going to be the time of year to purchase if you're buying in 2023. And really, with rates continuing to increase, that might actually still hold true. So earlier in the year, we thought that interest rates were going to drop, but the latest CPI numbers, and I went over this on Real Amigos last week, actually the CPI numbers increased in August. Now, we anticipated the CPI numbers to increase, but is this going to cause the Fed to increase rates again? And this is something that will impact interest rates. Not the same because we follow 10-year treasury, but it shows some weakness. People are going to be buying bonds, which just means that the interest rates for mortgages will continue to go up. So based on the CPI information, gasoline was really the highest thing that we saw that increased the CPI. So they may take that into account, but it looks like this round, as of right now, they may not increase rates this round, but they'll probably in the next couple months increase rates towards the end of the year, which means that potentially we could see higher interest rates. Now, right now, we're sitting at 7.29% for interest rates, and that's nationally. But what that will do is cause even more opportunity for buyers that are looking, especially in the Austin area. And the reason for that, in the Austin area, while we're not seeing what's being seen nationally, is we have so much inventory. Think about this. Had we had all this inventory in 2021 and 2022, you wouldn't have seen prices increase as high as they would have. In fact, we'd probably be still on the same trajectory, about an 8 to 10% increase year over year, which is kind of what we saw in the Austin area. So this is something to think about, but the inventory numbers are what's really keeping Austin high. If we look at this chart right here, Austin's inventory did increase in August from 9,663. Now this is the MSA, the large area, to 9,955. And this is what drives me nuts about the people that follow ReVenture or listen to ReVenture, is because the fact that ReVenture does not understand real estate. He never has. Just a data guy. I get it. Everybody likes cool data. People were saying that I was sugarcoating data when I did a little video, as a precursor to this video. The sugar-coated data is the true data, whatever you want to look at that. So, but what's interesting is if we see this chart towards the end of the year, we see every single year, we see inventory start to die off. Why is that? Because a lot of these people that have had their homes on the market for 3, 4, 5 months that haven't sold are going to want to try to put them back on the market towards the beginning of the year. Why do people put their homes on the market towards the beginning of the year? Well, this chart says it all. Here's the Austin numbers. At the beginning of the year, every year, we see prices lower than they are towards the middle of the year. So people are going to be taking their homes off the market in the next couple months and start putting them on in March, April next year. So if you're a homeowner right now and you're deciding, do I wait till next year or not? I mean, this is really good information. What's really, really funny right now is that, well, I don't really think it's funny. It's kind of sad. I am getting reached out to by all the people that have watched this channel for years who went to a builder on their own and purchased a property without me. They thought they were smart because they didn't use me as their agent to actually represent them. They got all the information they wanted, and now they have to sell that property. And now they're really worried because they put themselves in a bad position because they didn't use us. They thought they'd save a little bit of money by, not using realtor commissions. And now they're not in a good position because they're having to sell and they have very razor thin margins because they bought in areas that they didn't like. There's lots of regret videos coming out about people that bought in areas they regretted. That's why I created this channel, was to help you not be that person who went and bought in an area that they shouldn't have. And that's why I've given all this information, yet those people that chose not to use us or use the information that we provide in a way to protect them because they thought they'd save a few bucks, well, now they're calling me. And they're calling me every day. This last week, I went 6 listing appointments, and every single one of them didn't use me, but now they need my help to actually get their home sold. So, as we look at this information, the last half of the year does flatten out. So if you are that buyer that's looking at buying, the prices are going to stay pretty flat. I mean, these are the last 3 years. They've all been pretty flat. The only years that we saw major increases were in 2020, where the whole market was shut down for the beginning part of the year, and everybody jumps back in. So we're going to see prices flatten out. And this is what the people that watch ReVenture just don't get. These charts right here show us. We see high highs in June, July, and then they drop down in August every single year. So while you're screaming that, oh, the market's crashing, well, let me show you a little stat that you're not paying attention to, because this shows you what happened in 2022 versus what's happening right now, because everybody saw such a big drop off. In fact, last year, I said the housing market crash was last year. If you want to say there was a crash, it was last year, because look at this. This August, just August till July to August, the drop last year was 17.7%. Do you want to know what the drop from July to August in this year was? I bet you do. Drop a comment below, because I think you're going to like this. 1.64%. 1.64%. That was the drop. So for all of this, people saying that the market was crashing, well, we saw July's numbers at 550 for the Austin area, or for Austin, and then August at 541. I am predicting, and I am telling you, that we are going to see another price drop going in for the September numbers. This is what we've seen. In fact, if you look at 2022's numbers, we stayed flat. 555, 555, 555, and then they dropped in November. I think we're going to see that drop in September, October, and then it flattens back out. There's still potential that we end the year positive year over year. But people are saying, Jeremy, you're just trying to sell homes. You're not. Well, a lot of people didn't use us, and now they're calling me because they need to sell their home. They put themselves in a bad position, and this is where they are. And that's fine. But if you're going to sell towards the end of the year, you're going to need a lot of really good marketing, because, like I said, inventory is high. I am saying that we will see inventory drop off in October, November, December, because we see every single year. And then there's a mad dash in November where people are trying to get their homes on the market, or buyers see that time of year is where they want to buy before they'd be into Christmas. Now, look, buyers are getting used to 7.2%. It sucks for sure, but they're getting used to 7.2%. And there's demand. Here's the thing that people don't understand. We have the largest amount of buyer pool in that 33 to 40 age range than we've ever had. And this is one thing that those other channels just don't want to tell you. And so a lot of those people have been pushing off buying. And I guarantee you, if the September numbers are a drastic drop, or if they are a drastic drop, you might see buyers jump back in the pool again. So the last half of this year, yes, is going to be a really good buyer's market, and sellers that want to take advantage before the beginning of the year happens, it's going to be a great opportunity to take advantage to get out if you want to get out. So something I've been saying for a while. Yeah, do I seem a little salty? I do seem salty. And here's the reason why. I put a lot of work in this channel. I put in a lot of work in helping the clients, but I have a lot of people reach out to me and just want free information. They say, hey, Jeremy, give me all the information on this. And I say, no, you have to use this as your agent and for order that to happen. Because here's what happens. Here's what happens. You call me on a property, you go, hey, give me all the details on this property. I look into it and go, shoot, I've got 20 investors that would love this property. Unless you sign a buyer representation agreement with me, I'm going to go send it to one of other buyers who are savvy, and then we're going to write a killer offer on that property and beat you out on it. So stop reaching out to me for free advice and reach out to us to actually help you, because guess what? Those people that are sitting on the sidelines right now, or those people that are sitting in those positions that need to sell, they are reaching out to me because they know we're going to get their home sold. Anyway, going back to the overall information about this market and about what to expect. Yeah, the price drops for August were only about 1.6%. So inventory did go up a little bit. I'm going to notate that inventory did go up. If we look at the MSA, it went from 3.7 months up to 3.8 months. So we did see an increase there. Why I'm saying that September is going to see a price drop is that we saw a little less pendings. We saw more closings in August, but we're so far seeing a little less pendings in September, which means that anytime we have a lot of closings, you're seeing prices go up. Every time we see less closings, you're going to see prices come down. So I guarantee you we're going to see a price drop in September, maybe in October, but the November numbers and December numbers are going to stay flat. We go into the beginning of next year and all bets are off. If interest rates go down, yeah, we're going to see a flood of people back in the market, and we're going to see all those buyers that could have bought, with a 3-2-1 buy down, or do a buy down right now and, get a lower interest rate the first year and refinance 2 years. They're going to be like, oh, I want to jump in the market at, 6.5%. And then they're going to start getting beat out on properties all over again. This is just what we're going to see. Anyway, going back, a little more information about the numbers overall. Austin looks pretty good. I mean, year over year, rolling down less than 1%. If you look at the MSA was down 7%. And it wasn't that big. Month over month, it only went from 462 down to 460. So that stayed pretty strong. The MSA is staying pretty strong. What we're going to have to look at in September and October is inventory. Does it go down like I say it goes down? We will absolutely see. Drop a comment below. Am I just off my rocker for saying that it is still going to be the best time of the year, the last half of the year to buy? You tell me in the comments. I'm the one making the bull positions. What's really funny is the people in the comments that want to come after me for saying things. You stick your neck out, okay? You make a video and you put your neck out there and dispute this information instead of trolling in the comments. Because it's really cute for you to be a keyboard warrior. It's a lot more work to sit behind a camera, to pull up the data, to look at the information and do all this work, and to actually look at the actual numbers. So we'll see you in the next video.